Rams Bengals week. Rams and Bengals brings back so many good memories, guys. Hello everybody and welcome to the week 3 of the 2023 NFL season and my prediction picks. I'm your host Catherine and you're on the Blind Canadian Cat YouTube channel. And for those of you who did not get that intro bit, which is probably a majority of you if we're being honest because I only think I've told a handful of people that story, I'm not sharing that story here. I will not. I might share it on Twitter if you can convince me so. Or, you know what, how about this? How about this for y'all? If this video can get 20 likes, because I know these videos don't get a lot of attention, a lot of views, yada yada, I know that, I get it, but 20 likes. If we can get 20 likes, I will tell the full story in full detail on my Twitter. For those of you who don't follow my Twitter, that is Canadian Cat CP. Canadian Cat CP. Right now, my profile, at least for the remainder of this season, is artwork by my good friend Triple Stabber. It's Amity Blight in a Justin Tucker jersey. That is my profile picture if you can't find my name. But follow my Twitter, and if this video gets 20 likes, I will share the story there between the relevancy of Super Bowl 56 and Applebee's. But let's go ahead and look at last week's results. And as you can see, straight up, we did another fantastic week. A couple games that slipped on us last second, but we had a couple of good games, and enough like obvious stuff that that makes sense. So that we gave some teams benefit of the doubt with spreads, and a couple of those upsets came into play, because I think I picked 3, and 2 of those 3 didn't even work, so spread-wise, not a lot of favors for us, and the totals were 50-50. Part of that because the NFL fucking had a random, burst of overs for this week, too. I think, 13 of the games they said went over their total, which is insane, because at least, I don't know, I don't have the numbers to back this up, but I would imagine if there's some lean, it's like a 10-6 lean, but a 13-3 lean on totals, on overs, that is insanity. But yeah, but with our results, we still were able to maintain being above 500 in all categories. We are now at 21-11 straight up, 17-14-1 against the spread, and a 16-15-1 on the totals. That one spread tie we got coming in the Monday night game between New Orleans and Carolina. New Orleans a 3-point favorite on the road. They won by 3. And, not that the Nick Chubb injury influenced this decision, but in my humblest opinion, those 4 teams that played on Monday night, I don't think any of them are good. Pittsburgh's defense might carry them to 9 wins. Or Mike Tomlin coaching them might carry them to 9 wins. But my bar is so low. I had high hopes for Pittsburgh, and they looked awful. And the only reason they won that game is because Cleveland looked even worse. Which, Cleveland, wow, how bad do you guys look now with the Deshaun Watson thing again? Now does Baker Mayfield get some credit because Tampa situation, and he's winning? Maybe, but if we're being real here, Baker could have been a mid-tier quarterback for the rest of his career. It worked in Cleveland. They were winning games. They made the playoffs. It worked. They traded for Deshaun Watson. They gave him, a fully guaranteed contract, $232, $40 million? 5 years, all that. You're not paying him to be better than Baker Mayfield. You're paying him to be top 5. So the fact that that's how Cleveland looked, I gave last year benefit of the doubt. You're rusty, you had him play the previous year, and then you missed the first 11 games. I give you benefit of the doubt, I'm not caring about that. No, this year you have no excuse, though. And yes, Pittsburgh's defense is a good defense. But Cleveland has no excuse to be bad. They don't. Because the worse they look, it doesn't matter what Baker Mayfield does in Tampa Bay, or for the rest of his career. It does not matter. If Deshaun Watson does not act or play like a top 5, I'll even give him top 8 quarterback, then it was a bad deal. You should have stuck with Baker. And I will stick to that. I will personally stick to that. It's not about being better than Baker. No, Deshaun, you have to be who you were in Houston a couple of years ago when you beat young Allen and then you had a 24 lead on Mahomes in the divisional round. You got to be that guy. If you're not that guy, then Cleveland just looks dumb. Which, don't get me wrong, Cleveland's been dumb since I've been alive. The franchise got reinstated. I guess technically the same year I was born. Yeah, same year I was born. But no, that's gonna go down as one of the worst things Cleveland did all time, honestly. But enough of that ramble. Blah blah blah. Bottom line is, I don't think any of the four teams are good. And for the Saints being 2-0, good job. At this point, I'm still leaning on Atlanta. And I'm going to wait to see how that Tampa game goes. I think they got Tampa like week 4, week 5, somewhere in there. I'm going to wait for that game before I make any decision on them. That being said, let's get into these picks. Starting off with the Thursday night game, San Fran is hosting the New York Giants. And this is Marlon, if you guys haven't met Marlon yet. I mean, yes. Saquon's hurt and is obviously not going to play this game. Obviously. But, the fact that the Lions still has hold steady at -10, like, we saw San Fran dominate Pittsburgh. We saw San Fran essentially dominate the Rams. The Rams might be back, and that field goal last second is bullshit. Not that I actually bet on that game, but that's bullshit that field goal ended up covering the last second for no reason. So annoying, but that being said, if San Fran's still only going to be favored by 10, that feels like an easy bet. The Giants don't have Saquon, so that feels like free money to me. -10, I'll take it. Like, yes, double-digit spreads are a cursed thing, and we're going to get into that because we got some big spreads coming up later. But at -10 with no Saquon, the Niners defense should outscore the Giants by themselves. Like, think about this. Dallas shut out New York with Saquon Barkley. Arizona kept them shut out in the first half. And Arizona doesn't have a good defense. Maybe. What do you think the Niners defense is going to do to them with no Saquon Barkley? Hell no. Hell no. This is going to be a fucking 37-3 game. Which I'm not going to even put the effort into. I mean, I'll watch the first half, but I had to go to work, and it usually cuts into the fourth quarter. So I'm not even going to bother watching that fourth quarter. San Fran should absolutely dominate this game, and the fact that it's -10 honestly feels free. There should be one of those instances from like many years ago where the Chiefs were favored by like 20 against the Jets at one time. Like, it should be one of those kind of things. But no, San Fran should dominate New York easy. And as long as that line stays at 10, feel free to throw some money on it. I don't have enough money to be throwing big on a single bet. But damn, that should be easy money. Easy money. And then I'll just go over a couple of these real quick before Marlon spazzes out on me again. I got Tennessee over the Browns again. I've lost faith in the Browns completely. And with Nick Chubb gone, I've lost even more faith. Jerome Ford looked good, so I'm giving him benefit of the doubt. He was a fucking favorite in fantasy waiver wires this week, so they're expecting similar production to what he got against Pittsburgh. But at this point, Watson has lost my inch. And Tennessee, while I was going to go against them at first, you got something by beating the Chargers, although at that point, I don't know if that's just the Chargers deciding to regress horribly this year or not. Either way, I'm rolling with Tennessee. It is what it is. Speaking of the Chargers, thank you for charging another game, yet again. So, Marlon, what are you doing? It's Marlon, so Marlon. But yeah, either way, I can't trust the Chargers right now. I simply can't. So I'm taking Minnesota. You can really go either way with this game because both these teams have been kind of disappointing. But at least Minnesota has some upside here. Like, I don't know. Bet on the Chargers. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times in a row, I guess I'll go cuff up myself. Well, I don't even know what you're doing anymore. But I'm taking Minnesota. We're going over the Jets with Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's never beaten the Jets, so I'm not going to bet on him doing that now. Or Zach Wilson never beat the Patriots, whatever. Bills should dominate Washington. Jacksonville should dominate Houston. Baltimore should dominate Indianapolis, regardless of who the quarterback is. Detroit, that 3.5 is tricky because part of me thinks Atlanta will cover that half spread. That could be a potential Detroit 3-point win. Them losing to Seattle makes me think Detroit's not like a Dallas, San Fran, Philly tier, but they're definitely that next tier. So with that, Detroit should beat Atlanta. Atlanta is not as good as I thought they'd be, and that's mostly on their offense. I don't trust the offense. I trust Detroit's offense. So I'm taking the Lions. That hook might get you. It's a little risky, but I do like the Lions, so I'll take the 3.5 and hope for the best. Okay, Marlon. Packers over Saints. I feel like you can go either way with this game, but I've been more impressed with the Packers these first 2 weeks than I have been the Saints. So I'll take Green Bay. Miami with Denver. Denver disappointed me. I don't know why you're biting me now. You're mean. You're mean, Marlon. You're mean. Miami with Denver. Denver, I've lost faith in completely. I don't know what Sean Payton is doing, but I feel like you shouldn't blow a 21-3 lead to Sam Howell. I just feel like you shouldn't. You are still biting me. So yeah, Miami, and at this point I think Miami's going to be a top 5 team. So yeah, I'm taking Miami to win. Touchdowns might be too much, but I'll take it. You are still biting me. Seattle, but Carolina to cover because Seattle does this thing where it's up and down, and Seattle seems to be following the trend here. Have the Rams play them rough, lose a game, or beat the Lions, even though everyone's thinking the Lions are going to win that game. Now you got Carolina, which Seattle kind of fell asleep on Carolina last year. So Carolina might make things interesting, but I'm still going to take Seattle to win. And then you got these fun double-digit spreads. With San Fran, that feels, the fact it's 10 feels a little cheap. But with KC and Dallas both being 12.5 over Chicago and Arizona, don't get me wrong, Chicago and Arizona both are awful. Arizona we knew would be awful, but Chicago it's damn. You expect more from them, and then you're just disappointed. I don't know what else to say on that. I don't know what he's doing anymore. But, yeah, KC, they still got some offensive issues, but they still got an 8-point win against Jacksonville. So I think they can get more than a 10 or 12-point win against the Bears. Because at this point, the Bears' faith is dwindling. Arizona, they're going to be a shitty team. Dallas' defense should probably do most of the work, but Arizona's Dallas offense shouldn't have as much resistance to Arizona's defense as they did against the Jets. Dallas should be able to put up some points in the Arizona defense. So again, I'm going to keep an eye on that for next week. And I'll tell y'all why if you've been following along enough in the next video. Hi, Marlon. Steelers over the Raiders. Like I said, I'm not too big on the Steelers, but truth be told, I've never been big on the Raiders this season to begin with anyway. So I'm taking Pittsburgh. The Eagles are going to beat the Bucks. Why are you biting me? Why are you so mean to me, Marlon? Why are you so mean to me? Eagles over the Bucks. Yeah, Baker's been doing good, but I still think the Eagles are a class. If Tampa covers this, then this might say more about the Eagles than it does Tampa. Ow, you're gonna claw my back. But I do think the Eagles are the better team regardless here, though, so should be fine. And there's a looming Joe Burrow injury, like a re-aggravated hamstring or something, so he's being in question for this game. But with the way these two teams are trending anyways, I've been more inclined on the Rams now because I'm starting to believe in the Rams again. Since he's going to be fine, or at least you think so. They went 0-2 last year, and they'll probably do it again it made playoffs, but they'll probably do it again this year. But now that Joe Burrow's hampered a little bit, and I do think the Rams are coming back. I don't know how I don't know if they're 10+ wins, but they might be competitive. So I'm gonna give the Rams the upset win here. Again, I think if Burrow's healthy, that game could definitely go either way. But I don't know. Something about this Rams team feels like they're attempting to make a comeback. And there you have it. Those are the Week 3 predictions. Head over to the Cat Parlay of the Week. What am I gambling on this week? A little bit more of a risk than last time, but I have good faith in these. We're going to go Titans money line, Dolphins money line, Tennessee over the Browns. wherever you stand with the Browns is up to you. At this point, it's hard to be impressed, and now especially with Nick Chubb, it's hard to be impressed. Dolphins, they should beat the Broncos. If the Broncos beat the Dolphins, then this is the Week 3 bullshit, because this happens every year. Like, Week 3, there's usually some twist turf, the fuck shit, so whatever. Bills should blow out Washington like they did the Raiders. Bills should treat the Commanders like they did the Raiders. Absolutely. Packers, again, I do like them over the Saints. And again, at -2, it's not that high of a price, even though Atlanta won by 1. But Green Bay -2 should not be a big deal over New Orleans. And then Patriots Jets under the 37. Last year, both games they played, both went under, I think 35. I think they both went under, so I'm going to hit an under again. Zach Wilson, I don't trust I don't trust the Zach Wilson-led offense. And New England's offense is still a little up and down. Jets defense will keep Mac Jones limited. And Zach Wilson will keep the Jets offense limited. Low-scoring game. Division game, too. Yep. And now we head over into fantasy, where we went, what was it, I think 1-3. We picked up a win in the League of Assholes, so now we're back up to 1-1. But then everywhere else, Discord's Finest, we lost to Jay. Antico, we lost. And then Professional Fantasy, we lost. So now I'm 0-2 in that. I gotta try to figure this team out, because I'm inheriting a team that went 3-11 last year. I made a lot of trades, tried to do good in the draft to get good pieces, but it's still a rebuild year, I guess. I'm trying to see if I can get potential playoff push from this team, playoff run, but my hopes aren't too high right now, especially with my running game, my running back situation, but we can only hope for so much. But yeah, we got games against Chris, and then a couple of ours, the Rye, the Rachel, the Richie. And the hopes is we get some dubs here, because not the best start to fantasy, but we're making it work. We're making it work. And with that is going to be all from me for the Week 3 video. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you follow me on my Twitter, CanadianCatCP, the Instagram, Blind Canadian Cat. Follow me on Twitch, where I try to stream. It doesn't happen a whole lot, but I'll stream every once in a while. And then hop into Discord. A lot of new faces. And we have a good time. And I pop in as much as I can. Well, for that is all from me. My name is Catherine. You're on the Blind Canadian Cat YouTube channel. I say meow. I roll intros. Marlon likes to be a pest for some reason, but I guess that's because it's time for bed. I don't know. But with that, I shall see you all in the next video. Choose peace, accept love, and have big trust. Good night, Internet.